Happy Monday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
Don't flush pet's poo down the loo. It's a new song.
By Keith Urban.
That's the one. I'll tell you why you shouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm. We don't usually put on the gloating pants, but on this occasion we will.
We won the best show at the Radio Awards on the weekend. It's like the gold logie of the radio industry.
Yeah, but with more talent.
Oh, that's true. The announcement, though, was a giant balls up, let's just say.
Yeah.
And if it was going to happen to anyone, it would happen to us.
No, it would not happen to anyone else but us.
So the tribal drum is going to beat for you had one job. The pub test, if you got an inheritance from your parents, your auntie, crazy Uncle Jerry, would you share it with your partner? If you share all other finances, is that inheritance yours or goes into the family pool of money?
Well, I certainly share crazy Uncle Jerry's inheritance because he's a bee collector.
Is he?
And I don't want all those bees. What are we going to do with them?
You're happy for a bit of honey on the side. We put that to the pub test.
Also, after the voice, where do we go from here? Mark Riley will be joining us from Channel 7. Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, your cunt face?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
What are you, an idiot?
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, little winning lady Muncie.
Middle. Are you still drunk?
No.
Middle lady. We had the
I've done my vocal exercises.
We had the Lord, listen to my throat as well. We had a very late night Saturday night. We had the radio awards.
Yeah.
The commercial radio awards.
Get the celebration
May
music
I
on.
just say, I brought the trophy in.
Yeah.
We won the best on-air team Metro, which means basically this is the gold logie of the radio awards. We won the best radio team in Australia.
Wow. Do you think I'll get to hold that?
Yeah, what happens? I think they get to cut you one. Is that what we call it?
You've been saying that for years now that they're going to cut me one.
They do. They cut
and then I get
you
this wooden thing that you've made yourself and it's spelt wrong.
Excuse me, it was polystyrene.
Yeah.
No, that's how I spelt your name on it, polystyrene.
Yeah.
We are absolutely chuffed. It was amazing and a surprise win. And can I say how fabulous our team is? Our executive producer, Millie, Jacinda, Megan, Emily. Don't rub your face with your hands. Brendan, I'm naming people who are extraordinary in our team.
They're all great.
Jen Wairai, we've got Foxy, we've got Andrew, we've got Jenna, who's such a gun.
Well, okay.
No, this is what happens
it's a bit
when.
in now, isn't it?
Well, I just want to acknowledge how fantastic our team is. They all came up on stage with us.
There you go. They had their moment. They're up on stage.
Oh, listen to you. Be gracious. Would
I've
it kill
changed.
you? You're so up yourself since
changed.
18 years ago. Nothing's changed. But we are so chuffed.
Yeah.
And after 18 years together, I was quite emotional for this win. We've won. How many times have we won? 4 times? And this one I was very emotional about because I just thought how much I love this job and what this job means to me and how much we love you guys as our listeners. After 18 years, I was so thrilled.
Oh, well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
And meanwhile, you're there going, man, this is middle.
I was up on stage doing one margarita. And that's what
why
got
they
us over
hand
the
me
line.
the trophy.
Well, I'm looking forward to my wooden / polystyrene handmade one with the misspelling on it.
And a time call that's all wonky.
We've got an action-packed show for you today.
We're going to unpack all the Will and Jada Smith stuff happening with that's going to be with Emma Gillespie.
Of course. The voice over the weekend. Where do we go from here? Mark Llewellyn will be joining us.
Mark Riley, I think.
Oh, Mark Riley from Channel 7 will be joining us. What happened to Mark Llewellyn? He's sitting there going, hang on a minute, I was ready to come in.
What about Mark My Words? He's ready to go as well.
Okay. And we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven.
Question 1, and there's lots of prizes attached to this, including a $150 voucher to Hurricanes Grill. Ooh. How many years are in a decade?
Jam Nation. Let's get into the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say, ugh. But it's about getting question 7 right. It's Martin of Forest.
Hello, Martin.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're very well, thank you.
Congratulations on your
Congratulations on your award.
Martin, thank you very much. All right, question 1. How many years are in a decade?
10.
Yes, we're off and running.
Question 2. Sorry, my pages are stuck together. What kind of medical specialist would you see to get braces, Martin?
Orthodontist.
Yes. This brings us to the not-so-secret sound. Duh. Martin, what's this?
It's one of those party blowing things.
Yeah.
A party blower, a party whistle.
That's what they call them, party blowing things.
I didn't know that. I thought, it says here party blower. I've always called it
favour, I thought they were called.
Oh, well, that's my mistake. I didn't realise I had to make that noise.
What's the official name for the smell of wet earth from the rain? This is multiple choice, Martin. Is it iridescent, apricity, or petrichor?
I'll go C.
It is
What do you know?
petrichor. The other one's iridescent is producing a display of rainbow-like colour. Apricity, in case you happen to need to know this today, the warm rays of sun in the winter is
There you go.
apricity.
You might be going to trivia night tonight, Monday Night Triv, and you'll win it with that.
Question 5. When younger, which member of the Beatles wore glasses?
I'll go John.
Yeah,
It was John Lennon.
He was blind as a bat.
Was he?
Yeah, couldn't see a thing. And that's why
Hung
everyone thought
upside down on the power lines?
That's why they thought everyone was he was cranky, because he was always squinting at people. He just couldn't see you.
Oh.
In order to gain access to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, what did you need to find, Martin?
The golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket.
This brings you to question
You could
7.
go all
You've
the way.
made your way. We haven't had anyone go all the way for a while.
This is good.
They went all the way at the ACRAs, I'll tell you what. On Saturday night, which radio show won the best on-air team?
That's a bit self-indulgent.
You guys, WSFM.
Martin, you've done it.
No,
and
not
with that
WSFM.
answer,
We won.
We won, and just Jonesy and Amanda.
We've separated from the station.
That's
now.
right.
We've changed.
We've become like one of those little Hutt River provinces. We've seceded.
My youngest son came in beaming like a Cheshire cat saying, congratulations. And I said, oh, good on you, mate. He won $100 on us. Because remember the betting odds for us?
That's
We were
right.
paying like 10 to 1 or something like that to win.
And he put a bet on.
He put $10 on.
Thinking that...
On his little sports betting
That's
account.
brilliant.
And he won $100.
How good's that?
Pretty good. Congratulations to you, Martin. You've got the jam pack. It's all coming away. A $150 voucher to Hurricanes Grill. Experience Hurricanes Grill restaurants in Circular Quay, Brighton, Pyrmont and Bankstown. 4 tickets to the IMAX Sydney, Darling Harbour IMAX Sydney. I want to go and see this. What about this? One of the world's biggest screens now comes with the IMAX private box. You got bar access, snacks and drinks.
That sounds pretty good.
Have you seen that new IMAX theatre?
No.
We were just next to it.
Yeah. The shape of it's amazing.
Yeah, I want to see inside it. Also, Jonesy and Amanda caricatures, fit colouring and some Staler pencils. Martin, anything you'd like to add?
Congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Look at us.
Thank
It's
you.
gone
Oh,
to our
Martin
head.
gets beer.
And you get a carton of your favourite beer, Martin. What do you like to drink?
Not VB, but I'll go... I don't know. I can't think at the moment. Sorry.
Tooheys New? What about some Tooheys New, a block of the blue can instead of the green?
That'll do. Yeah, something like that.
The green grenades, they can knock you around a bit.
Does this mean we have to do big fact?
Well, we can either do that or find out when the rain actually comes.
Well, I know what I'd prefer.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Sam Nation.
Podcast.
Hey, it's a big fact, and it's not crazy. Jonesy got some info, cause he's not lazy. I need my fix of facts on repeat. Jonesy did his research. It's a big fact, baby.
The big fact is backed by popular demand. Mike the Headless Chicken, a.k.a. Miracle Mike, was an American chicken that lived for 18 months after a failed slaughter attempt in 1945. When Mike did not die after being struck with an axe, the farmer, Lloyd, instead decided to care for the bird. He fed it with a mixture of milk and feed.
So he tried to chop its head off. It lost its head.
Yeah, chicken lost its head.
And so he put the feed down its neck.
Yeah, like the Roadrunner. Just a big thing of seeds down its neck.
But,
that?
so 1 minute, what a mixed message.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you
Yeah.
and then work hard to keep you alive.
No, I'm going to tend for you.
How long? It's 18 months.
18 months with no head. It's like being married.
Hey, it's a big fact, and it's not crazy. Jonesy got some info. It's a big fact, baby.
It's not going to help, you know that.
That's not a bit of course, is it?
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
All right, people, listen up.
Is everybody in? Let's go.
Let the fun begin.
Thumbing through the Jarmanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1976, Stevie Wonder released his song, Sir Duke.
Oh,
Stevie
Brendan.
wrote it as a tribute to Duke Ellington, who passed away in 1974, and of course, danced successfully by myself in Dancing with the Stars.
Take out that word successful, and I remember
I
the
thought I was
story.
really good in that.
Was that your last dance?
It may have been.
You danced to
Or what
this.
about when I was Dracula?
Yeah, that was earlier than
I
this.
sucked.
And with this one in particular, did you come out in a little 60s car or something?
No, I rode a Vespa, a little scooter.
Yeah, you even made that look ridiculous.
No, I didn't ride the scooter. My dance partner, Alana, took off on the scooter
Right.
at the end.
Well, she should have taken off at the beginning. I remember in that one, you look like one of those little puppets you get where you pull the string and the arms and legs go whoop, whoop.
That's not true. That's
Highly entertaining.
That's not
highly
true.
entertaining.
I do
Can you hear this song without cringing?
I do have a bit of PTSD whenever I hear this. So why not do it again?
Jam Nation.
You know how you see people putting up vision of their cats leaping onto their human toilet and doing poos in there? Have you seen footage
That's
of that?
great.
No, it's not. It's not, because and even if you pick up your dog or cat poo and put it down the toilet, don't do it. An English vet here said, never flush your pet's poo down the toilet. This is a public service announcement. This is because of the presence of Toxocara. Oh, she's nice. She's on Love Island. Toxocara is a worm parasite in animal feces. Oh, my mistake. And it's tolerant to high temperatures and harsh conditions found in the final stage of processing used water. So the way that our toilets use water these days makes it a perfect environment for this Toxocara. And Toxocara is zoonotic. That means we can pick it up, and kids in particular are susceptible. We are an intermediate host for Toxocara, so we don't develop the adult worms in our intestines. We swallow the eggs from these poo particles and we hatch the larva inside our bodies.
Oh, yuck. So but how does that manifest putting it in the toilet then?
Because what it means is so there are certain toxins or parasites in animal poo, and they should be disposed of normally, because if you dispose of them in your toilet, they harbour themselves in the hot water, or in the water that's in your loo, and we can ingest them. We're not drinking out of it.
Who's drinking
No,
out? What?
but we always hear about fecal particles that are in the air. It would be in the air.
This is just... That's
Are you joking? You don't think you can get airborne particles in you?
I know you can get airborne particles into you, but how much you would have to be flushing down there to begin with, firstly? You'd have to be flushing tons for
That's
those
not true.
airborne particles.
That's not true.
And if you put it in there, when we had cats, you scoop it up with the toilet paper and then you go flush. I don't stand there with my head in the toilet while it's flushing.
No, but also you don't stand with your head in the toilet while you're flushing your own, and yet those bits and pieces, as we hear, are all over the place. Cleaners have spoken to you here.
That's why the toilet has a lid.
This is why I'm going to retaliate. I don't put animal feces down the toilet. I'm going to go into their domain. I'm going to poo on my neighbour's lawn and not pick it up.
Okay.
We've all got ways of retaliating.
Well, let us know how you go with that.
But be aware. Don't do it.
I say do it.
Oh,
I worked in the
because
sewers.
you'd know
I worked in the
more than
sewers.
this vet.
I do, because I worked in the sewers. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of terrible stuff down there. I'm sure a little bit of cat poo, princess's poo down there is not going to kill everyone.
I saw how you danced. Something's happened to your spinal cord while you're down there.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation.
Podcast.
We're still a buzz and slightly a bit weirded out today, only because we haven't had enough sleep, because we had our night of nights, our radio night of nights on Saturday night.
Night of night. It's the only radio really award ceremony.
But it's the night of nights.
No other award ceremonies.
That's what the expression means. It's one night out of all the nights, and it's incredible.
Oh, okay. So I always thought of it in a world of like other events.
No, of all the nights, this was our night of nights, because it was the radio awards, and we won the big award on the night. Hold up. Oh, gosh, it's a heavy trophy, isn't it? the best on-air team. This means, and I don't want to be a big boaster, but this is like the gold logie of the radio world. Nationally, we are the best radio show, and I love that. And it was a great night up there with all our teams standing up behind us. We've been on air together 18 years. We've won this 3 times before. But this one, for some reason, just made me quite emotional. And we made speeches, but I loved what you said.
I'd just like to say thank you so much for this. It's a big deal. Many years ago, I don't know if you know the history of Amanda and I's breakfast radio show. We were working together at Triple M. Amanda was doing a show with a guy called Andrew Denton. He was sick for a couple of days. I was the fill-in guy. I was doing mornings at Triple M. And I knew at that time there was a show. And I thought, this is the greatest radio show I've ever done. And here we are 18 years later. Congratulations, friend.
I don't know why this one has just hit me in the feels tonight. I just think that 18 years, and we've had a hell of a week in terms of losing Cal Wilson, in terms of The Voice, in terms of Israel. And I think radio unites us all. Trying to make sense of this as a broadcaster with your audience is such a gift. You probably all feel the same about your jobs. To get out of bed and go to work and be with people you love and laugh your head off, it saves us every day. I love my job, and thank you so very much.
Good work.
Then I said at the end that I loved you, and you've chopped it out there.
Well, let's not go on too much about it. But yeah, it was good. You know how I move on.
Let's shut that emotion down.
I move on.
That was so Saturday night.
That's in the past.
What was interesting, though, is sometimes when we've won in the past, there's been an inkling that we're going to win. They want you to have a photo shoot or there's something, and you hear a bit of a frisson of conversation. And you think, my spidey sense says we might win this year. This year came completely out of the blue.
Yeah, I didn't think we were a chance in any way. And
no.
My youngest son a few weeks ago was looking at Sportsbet, and it had us paying $8.90 to win. So we were almost coming last.
He won some money
out of every but his optimism, the optimism of a 21-year-old, he said, that's a good wager. So he plonked down a lazy $10 on us to win.
Well, he knew more than we did. But what happened on the night? There are awards for the country, awards regional, and awards metro. So each category has those 3 beats to it. So they're awarding, I think it was for Neil Mitchell in Melbourne, best metro news presenter or AM presenter.
Yeah.
And up came...
Best moderate opinion.
Up came our picture and our names were read out. And we said, what's happened? Someone had handed them the wrong card.
It was a moonlight moment.
And so we said, have we won? We all stood up and our bosses came over and said, yes, congratulations, you've won. But we had to sit down again and then wait till another 4 categories until we could get up and accept our award.
Act like nothing had happened.
And I was anxious that in the countback we may not win.
I know. They might rescind it.
So it was a weird moment. I mean, it was funny and it was so typical us that it happened like that. But
it just was so under the radar.
So under the radar. And we won and now sit down and stop and what a surprise you are. And it'd been the end of a long night. Half the people probably wanted to leave the room by the end. Okay, we know it's them. Let's go. But it was great.
Well, good work. I do love you, friend.
Well, see, Brendan, emotion is fun.
And that's live. I didn't cut it out.
No.
Jam Nation.
Moving into the ground right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin. Cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Statistically, more often than not, today is the day to win Instagram.
Well, you're making up the stats, but that's fair enough.
10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, $1,000 for you.
And that happened last week, and you can walk away with $1,000. But we will tempt you. One bonus question, double or nothing.
How's Sean of Camden feeling?
Hi, Sean.
How you going? I'm pretty confident.
Well, that's excellent. We like confidence on a Monday. We have 10 questions. We have 60 seconds. Remember, the best strategy, if you're not sure, say pass, because we usually have time to come back, okay?
Yep, no dramas.
Sean, good luck. Let's hope
go.
there are no dramas because we're starting now. Question 1. Name one colour in the rainbow.
Orange.
Question 2. True or false, the blue whale is the biggest animal to have ever lived?
Pass.
Question 2. Which Australian state or territory has the largest national park?
Queensland.
Oh, it's the Northern Territory. It's Kakadu.
Northern Territory.
And it's true, the blue whale is the biggest animal to have ever lived. Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry. Your confidence didn't get you far enough today.
No.
Oh, Sean, $100 to be getting on with. Which one?
The Great Barrier Reef.
Well, that's not a
That's not a national park. It's a marine park. I don't think it's the same thing.
Sort of.
Oh, Sean, come on. Well, what's happened?
Sean, we will go to our
It's
people
in the
to
water.
verify.
One's in the water, one's on the land.
We will go to our people to verify.
Right.
And if you're right, we'll give you another crack at it.
Okay. No, we won't.
Sean's determined. Yes, we will have to.
What are you doing?
We'll see what happens.
You're not doing anything. Sean, Amanda's going to do nothing.
No, I'll get our people
She's
to
going
have
to
a
do
look.
absolutely nothing.
Are they
about this.
Googling? What's happening?
Okay, well, we're going to stand here and wait for this app.
We're right or he's right?
We're right.
We're right. I'm
We're
sorry
right.
about that,
Sorry.
Sean.
So you'll have to believe. That's life.
The bunker didn't go in
Can
your
you do
favour.
that noise again, Amanda, where you went, oh?
You do get $100 for your troubles.
Good on you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
It was our radio awards. We won the big award of the night, the final award.
The big one.
And often you get an inkling that you're going to win it, but we didn't this time. It just came out of nowhere. And then there was a balls up in a way. There are 3 categories.
It was a good balls up for us. Bad balls up for everyone else.
Well, there are 3 categories. There are awards, and then there's a country category, a regional category, and a metro category. So we were coming towards the big award of the night, and it's always a very long night. Everyone's thinking, okay, let's get to it. Well, we were anyway. Let's just get the last one over and done with.
You wanted to put your drinking pants on.
Having no idea it was us that were going to win. But so I think there was Neil Mitchell was being awarded Best News Presenter, or Best News Current Affairs, something like that.
Best Balanced Opinion.
That might be it. And instead of Neil's image coming up, and instead of Neil being announced as the winner, the presenters opened the piece of paper and said, Jonesy and Amanda, Best On-Air Team, and our picture came up. And we went, what? And we stood up and said, have we won? Have they announced the very last one already? And our bosses came over and said, yes, you've won. Then we all had to sit down because they'd announced that incorrectly. And we had to wait then 3 or 4 other categories to get to the end one for the big final award, which was this. And we had to act surprised and go, whoa, here we are, and go up on stage.
I was thinking we're going to lose it here.
Well, it's so typical of us that our big moment was a balls up.
Yeah, our big moment. It's so typical of us, our big moment was a balls up.
Do you remember, I can't remember what year it was, but it was before Sarah O'Hare had married Lachlan Murdoch, I think.
No, I think she was with.
Was she still Lachlan Murdoch then?
Next Top Model.
She was hosting Australia's Next Top Model, and it was a live event to announce the winner.
Oh, poor Sarah. This
Do you
was
remember
terrible.
that?
Yeah.
This happened.
So the winner and Australia's Next Top Model for 2010 is... It's you, Kelsey. Oh, my God. I don't know what to say right now. I'm feeling a bit sick about this. This was a complete accident. I'm so sorry. It's Amanda. I'm so sorry. It was fed to me wrong.
It's all right. It's okay,
Oh, God.
And you went on to win Australia's Next Top
live
Model.
TV, folks. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And you can hear them placating
okay.
Sarah. It's okay. I've come out here and been humiliated, but it's all right.
That's the worst.
Well, it happened at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Remember this?
And the Academy Award for Best Picture.
La La Land.
I'm sorry. No. There's a mistake. There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture.
Oh.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, the tribal drum is going to beat for this, and it doesn't have to be you've made a big announcement and got it wrong. It's just when you kind of stuff up at work.
Yeah.
You had one job.
You had one job.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Oh.
Jam Nation.
On Saturday night, Radio's Night of Nights, the ACRAs was on. That's the Australian Commercial Radio Awards something.
It's our big event, a big award night.
We won the big one, Best On-Air Team in the World, and it was fraught, though. Our award was announced 4 awards too early.
Yeah, our picture came up and our names were read out, and we thought, oh, my God. So we knew we'd won the big one, but then we had to sit down and wait till
and
our
pretend
turn.
like it hadn't happened.
It's so weird.
And the night had sort of wended on for some time.
Oh, everyone was over it.
Everyone was sort of going, let's just wrap it up. So maybe it might have been a bit of wishful thinking.
But if it was ever going to happen to anyone, it would happen to us.
Of course. The tribal drum is beating. You had one job.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Rebecca has joined us.
Hi, Rebecca. How did you stuff up? What happened?
Oh, good morning, Amanda and Jonesy.
Beck.
It was back in the 80s, so pre-mobile phones. I'd organised this massive surprise birthday party for a girlfriend. Took me weeks and weeks. Made sure everyone was going to be there. Get to the restaurant like early. Make sure that, no one can tell her, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, about half an hour before I was picking her up, I got a phone call and I had to go to work. The job I was doing at the time. I couldn't just go in sick. So then I had to ring her and tell her that I'd organised this massive surprise party, but she'd have to get herself there and I couldn't go. And
So there was no way you could have got her there.
I couldn't even get her there. I'm like, you just got to get yourself there. I'm so sorry. This is really crap, but, that's just, you've got to go and surprise.
Oh, that's dreadful. You've got to go and surprise.
Surprise. Happy birthday to the ground.
Oh, Rebecca, that's dreadful.
Alicia has joined us.
Hello, Alicia.
Hello. How are you both?
Well, what was your stuff up?
Oh, gosh. I burst a young girl's bubble. I employed the wrong person. She walked in the door, been told she's got the job. She sat down. I realised that I was reading the wrong CV and I had to sort of basically fire her on the same day. I said, I'm sorry, you're not the person. She burst into tears. And I felt so bad, I offered her a Saturday job.
Did she take it?
No, she didn't take it. She was so upset. She was dressed to the nines and almost just stormed out. And I just felt absolutely terrible.
And she told all her friends and her family that she'd got this new job.
Oh, yes, all weekend, and thinking she was breaking into her big career in real estate, and I had to burst a bubble. I felt terrible.
And you weren't tempted to just say, stuff it, you can have the job. The universe has spoken.
No, she definitely wasn't the right person for the job.
Because that's what happened to Amanda.
What are you trying to say, Brendan? How long ago was this, Alicia?
Oh, this was a couple of years ago now.
Still, that'll burn you forever.
That is dreadful.
That is so awful.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Let's go. Actually, all grain. Another day, another dollar.
You know what they say? It's a dirty, rotten job, but someone's got to do it.
Stop gossiping and get back to work.
Radio's Night of Nights, the ACRAs, was on Saturday night. We won the big one, best on-air team in the world. I always feel uncomfortable boasting about this stuff, but everyone else seems to do it, so fair enough. And we won that, which was a big deal.
But there was a kerfuffle. The wrong piece of paper that had our names in it for winning the big award at the end came out too early, and it was announced too early during another category.
I think it was a sign that the award ceremony had gone too long, and it was the universe saying, wrap it up.
Wrap it up, toots.
Finish this now.
But this has happened famously a number of times before. Do you remember the Oscars?
Yeah.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture.
La La Land.
I'm sorry. No. There's a mistake. There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Was it
This is not a joke.
Warren
Moonlight
Beatty
has
and
won
Faye
Best
Dunaway or someone?
Warren Beatty knew it was wrong.
Did
you
he?
could tell. He was standing there and he backs away, and it was Faye Dunaway going ahead.
How do you do it? I mean, would they have the nominees written on the piece of paper and she read the nominee instead?
No, she read that they gave her the wrong card, but it said Best Picture. It had the wrong one for the, it was a different award. So you could see Warren Beatty's face going, no, that's all right. But he thought, I'll just let the woman deal with this one.
Well, Faye's face wasn't moving too much that day, so she couldn't give anything away. Well, the tribal drum is beating for. You had one job.
Yeah.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Mel has joined us.
Hello, Mel.
Good morning and congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. What happened at work? What went wrong?
Well, mine's a bit of a double one in the sense that I had just been employed as an operations manager of a warehouse. So I guess I was definitely trying to impress my employers, and I was trying to make everything run perfectly smoothly. And part of that was employing new people to distribute the goods in the warehouse. So I had employed a whole raft of people, and I was watching everybody really closely because that's what you do when you're trying to impress. And I'd employed a young person to be a forklift driver, and he had a lot of experience, had excellent referees, but as I was asking them to start moving the stock around the warehouse of our alcohol bottles, he is moving through the aisles, and I'm watching from the window and making sure everything's running smoothly. I turned around to check something on the computer system, and I turned back, and he has slowly but surely backed into a whole stack of crates and knocked over pallets of spirits. And they've gone everywhere across the warehouse floor. I just hear this tremendous crash sound as I'm looking down. My jaw, you couldn't pick my jaw up off the floor. The whole place smelled like a dirty nightclub. It was millions of dollars worth of stock that had just been crashed.
No.
He just sat there and tried to go forward, reversed backwards again. You just saw his head sink low. I just sort of backed away, and it just took ages to clean up the mess.
I can imagine. And millions of dollars worth. Day one, your new hire. Congratulations, Mel.
What? And how did it all manifest?
He's now general manager.
Well, we were all, I guess, in our probation area, but we all just sort of went with it. I stayed on. It was okay, but the other guy who had crashed, the forklift driver, he just didn't want to come back. He was just so ashamed and so horrified, so he just never came back, poor thing.
No.
Good old Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, forklifts. They're a lot of fun, but there's some big consequences.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Today, sharing your inheritance, does it pass the pub test?
This has been a story that's been written about this week. A woman heard that her husband Pete had inherited $380,000 from a much-loved aunt. She expected him not to give her a slice of cash or anything, but thought that it would go towards paying off the mortgage or investing in a rental property for their future, something that would benefit the family. He, however, said that money was for him to spend. That was his money. Interesting, because I don't know how it works with an inheritance. I assume it would go into your family, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it goes into the consolidated funds.
Yeah. But you could see why some people think, well, my much-loved aunt, my mum, my dad left me this money. This is mine.
Yeah. It is.
I wonder how it goes if you have to pay for the aged care. As you know, as the family of the person in aged care, you pay for that. You don't say it's your mum, you pay.
Yeah, that's a good one, sharing.
So then when the inheritance comes, you should share that too.
It's nice to get something, out of that.
Who?
Well, out of the inheritance.
Well, of course, but who? You personally?
Well, you can't hog the whole thing. When my dad died, he left me a motorbike. And my siblings didn't say, you got to sell the motorbike and break it up.
But that's because your mum, and this isn't about fighting over it with your siblings. This is about what happens within your own partner.
Helen didn't say, well, you've got to sell, you've got too many motorbikes, you've got to sell that one and give me some money.
No, but your mum's still alive.
Yeah.
So the money gets distributed, God forbid, when your mother passes away. I'm sorry to speak like this. But then, does that money come to you personally or to you and Helen? That's what this discussion is.
Hang on. I hate talking about that.
Of course.
But having said that, no, it would come to me, but it would come to my family. Helen is my family.
And would it come, that's right. And would it come to you and Helen as well, or do you just put that aside for your children?
No. Well, it comes into the consolidated revenue of the family.
That's what this woman Fiona says. We share money in every other way
I see what
except for this.
Yeah. Okay, so hypothetically, if I got that money, if I suddenly said, you guys aren't getting anything, I'm going to buy
a caravan for me and go travelling around. I'm going to go on a trip around the world.
What, I'm buying you a caravan?
No, you know what I'm...
And get one of those signs that says, done rooting.
Yeah, that's for your house.
No, done working. Yeah, I don't actually.
Sharing your
I've flipped and flopped on this.
Sharing your inheritance, does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained? Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Let's entertain.
With everything entertainment, here she is, Emma Gillespie from thedailyOz.com.au.
Good morning. Well, in the presence of titans of industry after your big award on the weekend, I'm feeling a bit intimidated.
Well, Amanda's got a titan.
Oh, that's right. That's what my award was for. Why would you do this? Yes, here's the award on the table. We're cheering for ourselves loudly
I'm
today.
yet to see another one of
So
these.
you should.
Well,
Yet to
thank
see
you.
another
Very
one of these
impressive
awards, by the
award.
way.
So let's get on to talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, who has recently said, oh, by the way, we've been separated for 7 years.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Well, I mean, this has got to be one of the most interesting couples in Hollywood, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. They've been married since 1997, or so we thought. Some interesting information is being drip-fed to us. Jada's on the book tour. She's got a memoir coming out called Worthy, and we're learning a lot. There's revelations about the Oscars slap, their marriage, the idea of this open relationship that they were rumoured to have, and Chris Rock, who, of course, was the man who was slapped. The Oscars 2022, February last year, if you can believe it was that long ago. And we might have a little bit more of an understanding of the tensions because apparently Chris Rock had asked Jada Pinkett Smith out not so long ago.
Whoa.
I think every summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. And Chris he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and he was like, hey, basically he was like, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? And I was like, no. I was like, Chris, those are just rumors. He's like, oh my. I mean, he was appalled. You know what I mean? And he profusely apologized, and that was that.
So that's a story behind that slap.
Yes, and this ties into a much bigger story that I mentioned, the idea that they were in an open marriage. I'm sure everyone's heard at one
But
point or
she's
another.
told us that. I don't even care about her, and I know that.
Well, exactly. Apparently, that was never true, but it's because in the background that whole time, they just weren't together. So here's a little bit of what Jada said about their kind of separation.
As time went on, there were different stages in my marriage where Will and I decided we were not together, where we didn't tell the public, right? Where I was actually thinking about divorcing, separating. I mean, there have been several of those, right? And where we've gone and lived our separate lives. So I think within that is where people might have thought that, oh, they must be having an open relationship.
So this is like why she, at these Oscars, when the slap happened, was really shocked that Will even called her his wife. He said, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. She said she hadn't been called his wife in a really long time.
But they sat next to each other like a couple. I think these two milk this for all it's worth. I think she's got a new book. If she's got a new podcast, if she's got a new whatever, here come the stories.
Well, exactly. And then the question from that is, well, why haven't they just gotten a divorce like everyone else in Hollywood gets divorced? And they have this really interesting rule or caveat about divorce. Here's a bit of what she said.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
I don't really
Because it's too
get
expensive. When you're rich, it's easier to live separate lives than get divorced. Because when you get divorced, all you do is give your money to a lawyer.
Yeah, but what happens here if they go and see if they have other relationships? So that's why they go, people think we're having an open relationship.
Well, yeah, I guess that's why they've had to come out and say that they're not really together, because every time someone spots them with someone else, there's the cheating rumours or the confusion about the open marriage. But Amanda, you're absolutely right. They haven't done anything in the last 7 years to try and distract from this idea that there was an open marriage, or that they've been on every red carpet together holding hands and kissing, and it's just very confusing.
And
in
she's
an industry
choosing when to be honest about things, which outlet she chooses to be honest to.
Well, exactly. And in an industry where, that doesn't seem that anyone else shies away from divorce, I just am a bit confused about it.
Is it true that Chris Rock has rung Deborah Finesse to see how things are going?
Yeah, he's asked her out this summer. Well, Jada said some weird stuff about Tupac as well. Apparently they were friends when they were young, growing up in similar parts of Baltimore. And she said that Tupac was her soulmate, but that they'd never had any romantic connection in real life. She says there was no chemistry, but he was my soulmate, and if there is such a thing as past lives, she definitely thinks that Tupac and her would have travelled a few together.
Of course, and she's now having it off with his hologram.
And of course, you can find all of this out in her memoir called
There it is.
Worthy.
And it's available right now, isn't it? On bookshelves.
Go and grab it.
Emma, it's always a treat. Check her out, thedailyodds.com.au. Thank you. We'll see you next Monday.
See you then.
Tuesday and Monday. Jam Nation Podcast. We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test today. Sharing your inheritance, does it pass the pub test? This is the back on this lecturer, this university lecturer. Her husband has come into some money.
Well, that's right. He inherited $380,000 from a much-loved aunt. She expected him to... They have all their accounts are joint accounts, so she expected that money would go into that to help pay off the family home, maybe invest in an investment property, something that she figured would be part of their together money.
Yeah, together money.
He said no. All our other money is shared, yes, but this is mine. Sharing your inheritance, does it pass the pub test?
No. And the reason is when I got an inheritance, it got counted in the divorce as joint property. Counted as the pool and then they divided it as part of the property, but it was not considered mine legally.
Yes and no. I think I should buy something for myself and then have something for our family.
Look, I think if you inherited like $380,000, the person leaving the money, the auntie or the man or whoever, needs to leave it for you and your wife. That's the right thing to do, because if he just takes that $380,000 and spends it willy-nilly, he's divorced. Game over. It's got to be shared.
But that's money isn't delivered that way. I mean, I think if you put in your will that, all my nieces and nephews get a cut of this, you don't specify this goes to Shirley but not her husband or whatever. Maybe you can do that. But it generally would just come to you and then assumed that you'd put that with your family
Just so
stuff.
it's clear, you get Flight Centre Man.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there'll be no chopping up a Flight Centre Man.
Okay, I appreciate that because
And-
Helen wants to drop it at my door tomorrow.
She's already...
She's got plans,
She's
don't
been
worry.
tinkering with my bike.
She said her new boyfriend doesn't want your golf clubs.
I don't even play golf.
How interesting.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Today, Brendan, you, if you were doing your HSC today, would be doing maths.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Right in
Look
my
out,
wheelhouse.
everyone.
Right in my wheelhouse.
Quickly, 12 plus 8.
I know this. No, see, now you've put me under pressure.
Tell me you're
it's
joking.
20.
It's 20. Congratulations, time's up. You only got to that first bit of stating your age.
My wife hates when you do this to me because my maths, it ain't good.
Your English isn't too hot either. Well, look, here are some unusual uni degrees around the world that may
Okay.
give you heart.
I'm sorry, Professor Higgins over there.
This is what is on offer at a certain university in Japan. You can enrol in a master's degree in ninja studies. One master's student spent 2 years examining the historical documents on the true nature of the stealth fighters while perfecting his martial arts skills. Yeah, he just wanted to kick people in the face and said, I'm doing it for my master's. Many universities across the world are now offering degrees in influencing. Cornell, Duke, Chapman, these are major American unis, are offering one-off courses in influencer strategy, business and communication. A university in Ireland has become the first to pioneer an entire major to influencing. Courses include crisis management, public relations, celebrity studies, social psychology, and video and audio editing. So when you're doing your OnlyFans,
yep,
here's how you chuck a spread.
Right.
For the lighting. Here's how you get your ring lighting out.
When does the pool guy come?
Taylor Swift, the University of Melbourne, is hosting a Swift Posium in 2022. It's an academic conference.
About Taylor Swift?
About Taylor Swift. According to the official website, it has been organised by several universities across Australia and New Zealand for scholars and academics to engage in critical dialogue about Taylor Swift's popularity, its profound implications for a range of issues including gender, fandom, pop culture, literature, economy, the music industry, and more.
Was it a misstep for her to put that rap version in Shake It Off? You know, my ex-man with his new girlfriend.
Brendan, please, that's a whole, there's a whole year to study that.
When I first heard that song, I said, why did you do that? But that's now my favourite part of the song. That is the genius of T-Swizzle.
Okay, well, maybe you can
I'm
go
going to write an essay about that.
How about this one? Magic and the Occult. The University of Exeter in the UK is offering a postgraduate degree. What's your undergraduate? In Magic and the Occult. It's a multidiscipline degree history, literature, philosophy, archaeology, sociology, psychology, drama and religion to show the role of magic. Your final assignment, you cut a woman in half. There's my prac. I've done it.
Have you got some Eye of Newt?
Yeah.
To put into my cauldron.
Pull a rabbit out of your hat.
No more maths?
And a hair out of your ass, as they say.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Come
that's
here for a swear
postgrad.
show.
That's the doctorate.
Jam Nation.
Well, Jonesy and I were together on Saturday night, and speaking for both of us personally, sad and disheartened to see it took just over an hour for the voice
Well, I
referendum
didn't think
to
it'd be
have
so
failed.
quick. I thought it might take a few weeks.
Look, the Australian public has spoken. The Australian public have returned a majority no result in both the national and state results. Where do we go from here? What does a no vote mean? Where does it leave our country? Channel 7's political editor Mark Riley joins us to answer all these huge questions. Hello, Mark.
Good morning, Amanda. I hope I've got the answers.
Have you got the answers, Mark? We come to you for answers.
The oracle.
All right, Jonesy, I'll give it a crack, mate. Don't worry.
So what happens?
The answer is,
what
where
happens?
do we go from here?
Yes.
Yeah, look, the government wasn't talking about a plan B throughout the campaign, right? I mean, the normal thing that governments do facing elections of any description, now we're not going to talk about what happens if we lose, we're going to win. But now they need to talk about it because the reality is, you guys said, they put this proposition to the Australian people, and the Australian people gave them an emphatic no. I mean, 60-40, it's a bit over 60% now, getting up to 60.5 to 39.5%. I mean, that is a resounding rejection of the referendum question. So, the good thing, though, guys, and this is the one thing that people in Canberra here are grabbing onto today, is that we've had a year-long national discussion about a real disgrace, and that is the shape of Indigenous policy, and it has to be changed. Both sides agree that has to be done. The question is how. So the only propositions on the table at the moment come from the coalition. There's one for a royal commission into child sexual abuse in Indigenous communities, and the second is an audit into the programs that are now coming out of Canberra to service Indigenous people in remote and regional communities, but also in urban settings, and the massive waste of money in that. To have a look at that, reassess it, and see how we can do things a little bit better. But the Yes campaign were telling us throughout this campaign that a no vote, if you wanted to know what a no vote looked like, it's what's happening right now. It's doing the same things and continuing to do them. We can't do that. I think both sides accept it now.
Yeah, and I voted yes because I just wanted to make a difference. I wanted to, when it first was proposed, I went, yeah, sure. And then I read into it. And I wouldn't judge anyone for voting no. We're a free country. Yeah. That's what makes us great. But I just thought, I want to make a difference to the traditional owners. I want to be a part of that, and that's the only reason I voted yes.
And Mark, how will Indigenous Australia respond to any overtures now? Because how can they not take this personally?
Yeah, well, sceptically, Amanda, that's exactly right. I mean, there are people in Indigenous communities now, and certainly Indigenous leaders who are hurting this week. You've heard about them going into a week of silence and grieving and pulling flags at half-mast. People devoted 12 months, 18 months of their lives to this campaign, and they are absolutely shattered today. But it's a brutal reality for them. This is democracy. We are a democracy. It's a wonderful thing. The great thing about Australia is that you can go and express yourself freely. We have free and open elections, and you've just got to accept and respect the will of the people and move on. And that's what they need to do. But and hopefully that will happen over the next couple of weeks. A lot of people were in the same boat as you, Jonesy. They said, well, obviously things up to this point haven't worked, so why don't we try something different? But I think the analysis now, as it was during the campaign, was although there was majority support for constitutional recognition of Indigenous people as the first Australians in the Constitution, I mean that is supported. The questions around the voice, a lot of them were spurious, a lot of them were the result of misinformation and a pretty good campaign run by the no side. They just weren't sure about that element.
And perhaps Albo saw the finishing line and didn't actually look at the race so much, as it were.
Look, I got a sense though, mate, I know you may have as well, I got a sense in the last couple of weeks that he was realising this wasn't going to get up. So, look, this is a guy who won that last election, who's done pretty well as a Prime Minister over 18 months. And as PMs, Paul Keating used to say, you've got a certain amount of political capital and you've got to spend it. You can't leave office with it still in your pocket. So you've got to spend it on things you really believe in. And he Anthony Albanese, you've got to give him credit. He pushed this from the night of the election victory. In fact, before that, right through the past 18 months, and said he was going to remain true to his commitment to Indigenous people and see this to the finish. So he's done that. He's spent his capital and he lost. And I think I saw it in the last couple of weeks. You could see, that the bottom lip was quivering quite a bit. And I think he was emotional about the issue, but I think he also was facing the reality that it just wasn't going to get up.
But people complain about politicians, and I do feel for Albo because everyone, like Tony Abbott first had the voice to Parliament came through in Tony Abbott's under his tenure, and then that went to Malcolm Turnbull, then it went to ScoMo, and then when Albo got in, he said, well, what do you want me to do? And they said, well, we want to get this voice up. And he goes, you know what? There, let's make it happen. So we complain about politicians not doing anything, and Albo put his dick on the line for this thing. So what does it mean for him? What does it mean for him in the future, though? Does that mean it'll be one term for Albo, or can he come back from this?
I don't think so. Look. It's a good question, Jonesy. I think there is obviously political fallout for him because he made an emotional plea to the Labor base. He said, please, back me on this. But more than that, back Indigenous people. This is what they've asked for. Let's face it. The vast majority of Indigenous people were behind the Yes campaign. There was a very effective vocal minority that were on the no side. But he said, look, back me on this. And Labor voters didn't back him, certainly not in the sufficient numbers to get it across the line. Why? Because a lot of the Labor MPs are telling me that the messages they were getting back on the ground was, look, we just don't see this as a priority in our lives at the moment. We're struggling. We're trying to meet our mortgages. If you tried to fill your car up, it's expensive. You've been to the supermarket, it's killing us. So this is what's in our front of our minds. We want you to get onto this. So that argument was run well by the No campaign. What does it mean for Albo? He's got to get those Labor voters back on the main game now, which is cost of living. And it is all those other social reforms he's got. But he's also got a commitment to put up a referendum for a republic at some point if he remains Prime Minister. And I reckon that's gone down into the dusty shelf on the bottom of the...
No more referendums.
On the bookshelf now, not in the short term, that's for sure, mate.
What about Souths, hey?
Let's get Souths back.
Well, for Peter Dutton, it's his first real victory, but he can hardly celebrate. I mean, this isn't a great thing for the country. No. It's kind of a stalemate, and it's presented us starkly, and this is a good thing, guys. We've got to grab onto this starkly with the issue being elevated. And everyone knows now that things need to change, and it's up to the political leaders on both sides. Let's see bipartisanship now. Yeah. Get together, give us some ideas. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure that we're delivering these policies in the way that's most effective, most cost effective for taxpayers, but most importantly, it works for Indigenous people.
And maybe we are actually coming to Makarrata after the struggle. This is the whole thing, isn't it? Really.
Isn't that interesting, mate? Because there was, and that was part of the debate too. Should it be the referendum first, constitutional recognition of the voice, or Makarrata, truth-telling, as they say, that process, which is incredibly important, and then you move on to treaty. Well, and then treaty became a pejorative. We have treaties, guys. There are treaties. There's a treaty in Victoria. There's a treaty in Western Australia, and this process is already going. So yes, maybe we'll move to some form of Makarrata process, but I don't think we will in the short term. No. I think what you'll see in the short term is a government saying we accept the will of the people, we respect the outcome, and we've got to find a way to move on.
Well, Mark Riley, you are our oracle. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. You're incredibly kind. Hey, guys, congratulations on the award. 4 in a row. Whack out the duck. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Mark, we'll catch you Channel 7 tonight at 6 o'clock. Mark Riley, thank you very much.
All the best. See you guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Who done Jonesy and Amanda.
This is exciting. An evening with Jonesy and Amanda is coming up on the 23rd of November. It's us live in stage show form at the Sydney Coliseum Theatre, and we can't wait. Is it true that we're coming out as a pantomime horse? And if that's the case,
being the front. My bag's being the front.
We can't be two fronts.
Two fronts of the horse, like a push me, pull you, like in Dr. Dolittle. Tickets are on Tickets are human centipede arrangement. Tickets are on sale at ticketek.com.au. Every day this week you can win them with us by playing Who Done Dat.
Yep.
So, Gen Y Rye is going to read out some different scenarios.
Welcome to the party, Ryan.
Hello.
You have to guess which one of us did it. It's the person who answers question 3 correctly who will get the tickets today.
I think we understand. Maz of Mount Druitt, how are you?
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're very well, Maz. Ryan is going to read out a scenario.
Congratulations on your award. Sorry to butt in.
No,
Thank you,
please.
Maz.
We accept all
Could I just say,
congratulations.
Maz, Amanda's bogarting the award a bit too much.
They
Just hanging
do
on to
make a separate one for
Do
you.
they? Because this is our 4th one, right? And all the ones that I had are just effigies of the real one. They're just made out of wood. And radio is spelt wrong. There's no Y in there.
We'll see what we can do for you, Brendan. My people will get onto it. Made out of macaroni.
A bunch of 8-year-olds.
Well, Maz, over to Ryan. He's going to read you out an incident that actually happened, and you have to tell us whether it was Jonesy or whether it was me. Over to you, Ryan.
Who was filmed taking a shower in the studio car park while eating an orange?
Jonesy.
Let's see.
I've got 3 women half my age filming me in the shower while I'm eating an orange.
It's your dream.
That's stupid. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Why did we do it? I don't even remember.
And they were the days.
I can't even remember.
I can't
All right,
remember
yes,
one.
that was Jonesy, which means, Maz, you are hanging around for question number 2.
Who tells the team they are getting something out of their car when really they are going downstairs to do a number 2?
Amanda.
So, Amanda.
I don't know about that.
Always at 8 o'clock.
There's no supporting audio for
I have
that,
to say
at
to
least.
Hugh, can you put an extra long news on?
Maz, for being correct, that brings you to question number 3.
this is you.
If you get this right, we're going to see you on the night.
Here we go.
Okay.
Who shamelessly flirts with Michael Bolton whenever he comes on the show?
Amanda.
Sorry, Maz, no.
Correct, Maz.
No, you did all the hard lifting, and now Tony's in Voyager Point. Hello, Tony.
Hello, how are you, Jonesy, Amanda?
Very well. Here comes the question again.
Who shamelessly flirts with Michael Bolton whenever he comes on the show?
Jonesy.
No, I do.
Here's the evidence.
We're good friends.
Jonesy and Amanda, you sound great.
You sound great.
Such nice to see your name somewhere nearby.
Every time I see you, it's somewhere different. You'll be one day you'll be in Winnipeg, and then you'll be in Timbuktu, and then you just travel in the world.
And Timbuktu next. Funnier in my head. Sorry, it's funnier in my head.
No, it was funny out loud as well.
No, I like it. I was laughing. I was enjoying
Oh,
it.
I can't even bother. I can't bear to listen to it.
He's my bro. He's my
awful.
boy.
It is awful.
We are good. He's my close person.
Okay. Tony, congratulations. You will be seeing this horror live on stage.
I'd rather see me in the shower eating an orange.
I don't want to see that one, but I can't wait to see you live.
Oh, fantastic. Well, 23rd of
you
November.
Are the bomb. You are the bomb, both of you.
Brilliant.
We've got big
Best
bombs.
radio station in the world.
Oh, thanks,
That's all I can say.
Tony.
That's nice. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketek. An evening with Jonesy and Amanda, an iHeart live event presented by Tyre Power. Get the power of Australia's biggest independent tyre network. We'll see you there, Tone.
Jonesy and Amanda's Jam Nation
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
$20,000 could be yours for our favourite ghoulie of the year.
Thanks to Heron Forbes Machinery House.
Download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your ghoulie and send it straight to us.
What have we got?
What gets my ghoulies? People who aren't sitting properly on the bus and train. The other day there was 3 people in the morning on the train taking up 6 seats, and in the afternoon another 3 people taking up 6 seats on the bus. They have their fat bums sitting across 2 seats. They put their bags on the seat next to them, and they wear dark glasses or pretend to be asleep so they don't make eye contact. So disrespectful when the bus or train is full of people who need the seat more than they do. That's what gets my ghoulies.
They don't make the rockin' world go round after all.
The fat bombs. What else?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. What gets my ghoulies is I have 2 strelitzia, or bird of paradise, in my front garden. People are walking past and trying to break them off because they're beautiful and flowering at the moment. You can't break strelitzia off. You have to cut them. So I wake up in the morning and I have beautiful strelitzia pointing to the ground where people have tried to break them off.
Oh.
Please don't break off my strelitzia. Leave them alone. That's what gets my goose.
I'm sure she's going to say don't cut them either.
I got some good birds of paradise at home.
Have you?
I don't want you touching them. Keep your hands off them.
You've never looked back from that New Year holiday, have you?
With a bad in, with a good if you tipped out. Just contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 4 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a double pass to see Tom Jones.
Whoa.
I'll be there. The legendary Sir Tom Jones brings the Ages and Stages tour to Sydney's Aware Super Theatre at ICC, April 4.
Pack your extra undies. You also get the Amanda detail.
In case I get the runs.
No, in case you want to throw them at Tom. Although you're not supposed to do that.
He's asked people not to, so don't keep that story going.
Yeah. Jonesy Amanda detail. And 18th birthday keyring as well.
The ACRAs were on Saturday night. They are the radio's version of the Logies. We won the big award of the night. That was amazing. But someone handed the wrong envelope to the person hosting when it came time. Actually, it was before our award. They read out our award too early.
Well, it was going too long, the award, so the universe said, hurry up.
Tribal John was beating for you. Had one job.
This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Here's Alicia from Freshwater.
I burst a young girl's bubble. I employed the wrong person. She walked in the door, been told she's got the job. She sat down. I realised that I was reading the wrong CV, and I had to sort of basically fire her on the same day. I said, I'm sorry, you're not the person. She burst into tears, and I felt so bad. I offered her a Saturday job.
Did she take it?
No, she didn't take it. She was so upset. She was dressed to the nines and almost just stormed out. And I just felt absolutely terrible.
And she told all her friends and her family that she'd got this new job.
Oh, yes, all weekend, and thinking she was breaking into her big career in real estate, and I had to burst her bubble. I felt terrible.
Of course you did. Terrible.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
That's right. I should have had my name first. They got wrong at paperwork.
We're going to bring up this thing again.
Ugly Phil's back for your chance to take one of WSFM's great escapes.
We'll be back from 6 tonight for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, from your eye.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, chin, goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Jam Nation podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.